Alright, so after finishing the section on Hamlet, what really worked for me to better understand the story was watching videos of actors. I really felt that it allowed me to understand a section that we were reading more. Sometimes when I'm reading through a section, I just skip through everything. I don't know what the tone is supposed to be. I don't know where the breaks are, where the pauses are, or where emphasis is on metaphors or figurative language. And when I watch someone else in front of me act it out, it really helped me understand and analyze what was going on better in the story. Also, learning the diction helped a lot for me. When we were reading the to be or not to be speech, I didn't know half of the words, and when you don't know half of these strange Elizabethan words, you really can't understand the context. And learning that diction really helped me out. What didn't work for me was reading without discussion, because I love talking about what I think and what I think is going on, or metaphors that I might have found, or figurative language. And when we simply had homework without discussion afterwards, I felt like I kind of missed a big part of what Hamlet could have been. Finding meaning behind Hamlet was extremely hard for me in comparison to reading other books and other plays. I think this is because, first of all, the text has strange words that I am not used to at all, so it made finding figurative language a little bit harder for me. I would look at the text and think I saw something and look down at the margin and figure out that I was completely wrong. So that was a little tricky for me. Also, iambic pentameter made it slightly hard because I felt that I couldn't recognize where pauses were. And when you're trying to understand a story, pauses, like, they're really important for differentiating ideas, where something starts and something ends. In a novel, it's easier because there's periods and commas, and yes, there is those in Hamlet too, but I just found it a lot harder because of its structure. Also, I'm not a very religious person, and there was a lot of Catholic references in Hamlet that I didn't really understand, half of it because I'm not religious and I'm not Catholic. But apart from that, I believe that in Hamlet there are beautiful figurative language and there's a lot of meaning behind it. Shakespeare really thought about what he was going to say when he said it. Everything has a meaning. I'm sure if we would have close read the entire play, we would have found outstanding and amazing work. And from the little that we did close read, although it was difficult at some times, I found that I got a lot out of it. All right, so for my final thoughts on Shakespeare, my conclusion, I'd like to say that Hamlet was a very interesting play to read, but it would take a few reads or maybe even 100 reads to truly understand what was going on, completely understand everything that Shakespeare wrote, everything he was trying to say, especially in this era where we don't use half of those words anymore. I also felt like the characters were amazing. They were all very diverse. He had a lot of aspects of humans in an arrangement of characters, and it seems like everyone was an individual. Everyone had their own personality. No one was alike. I also felt that the metaphors were beautiful, and although it took me a while to understand half of them, once I understood, I was amazed by how someone could think of something like that. Um, I wasn't a fan of the ending. I felt like it was rushed, like Lula once said. I also felt that it was kind of just getting it over with. I mean, there was no loose ends. It was just everyone's dead. There's nothing left to it. Don't worry about it. It's all right. I don't know. I felt like it wasn't the best ending, but I don't really know how else he could have ended it, I suppose. So, in conclusion, I think Hamlet is an amazing play. I would love to see it live. I'm sure I would understand it 100 times better if I saw the whole thing live, and I probably will. So, yeah, thank you for listening.